team. We're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door, circumstances navigate the path. And I come this way before, travel through the open door, circumstances navigate the path. And I come this way before, travel through the open door, circumstances navigate the path. And I come this way before, travel through
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn and develop patience. Determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving. They changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind. So I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition. Back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. That's a paper, no soul. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Can't take it no slow. 'Cause the devil is alive. Hey. Tell you what to do, it's only what you do, some things you gotta do, I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need. So we're gonna win this battle, fight that disease.
No more. H dead. What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome to the show.
David Green, JP, Era JQ. What it do? What it do? Boxing Magic. What it do? What it do on the mech side? That's what it is. What's up, homie? KJ, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Damon, KJ, D, G Brown, Super Bros. I am J. Lou. What's up, big homie? Love is the word. Ernest Nichols, Birdman, Dion Cole, AJ, Josh, Boxing Sparring, Sports Express, man. We're going to play this trailer, and we all the way in. We all the way up after that. We all, what did you say? I'm all the way up. Don't mind my corniness. But here we go. Click the link, man. Click the link that's pinned.
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger.
Allahu Akbar.
convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
At least 15, y'all. At least 15. Man, at least 15, man. All right. Got a lot to talk about, man. I appreciate y'all coming in the building tonight. Happy holidays, man. Happy holidays. Hopefully, Kwanzaa, whatever they are. Just happy holidays, man. Hopefully, you get everything your heart desires. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I'm gonna filibust for a second to the room fill in, and then I'll play the clip. But this is another classic case of I told you so. People wanna flip and flam and go left and go right and want to be validated by these sanctioning bodies and these belts. The same way I say I stand on Earl Spence needs to fight Terrence Crawford. Like I would hold that as number one. I would say forget these belts, fight Terrence Crawford twice. That's what I would that's definitely what I would focus on. Obviously Uga Spence is a good fight, but the first goal would be to make the fight that the fans want to see, that garnishes the most money, and it invalidates the value of the belts and Undisputed when you just fighting just because they say he's the best or some say he's the best, so I strongly believe that the relationship between the WBC and Devin Haney should be over. I don't believe in and the video is, I'll tell you, it's courtesy of Fight Hype too. I don't believe that I don't believe that there's respect there. I think that Devin Haney, and here's what I think may happen. I know what's going to happen because I had this conversation with Gary Russell and Devin Haney at the same time. I said if Gary Russell and Devin Haney don't fight, Devin Haney will become Gary Russell in terms of fighting schedule, not in terms of talent, because obviously both of them are uberly talented. And I told this to Gary. I told this to Team Haney. Here's the next level, and you guys need to follow me on this. If Devin Haney don't get out in front and make his own lane with the money he has, he's going to turn into Terrence Crawford. Can't get the fights. And he's going to get frustrated. The purse is going to get less and less. No belt opportunities. Eddie Hearn will go in a different direction because there's going to be another hot Negro that they can get for cheaper. And I say this respectfully, Montana Love is cheaper than Devin Haney right now. From their perspective, they can do more with Montana Love at 140 than they can with Devin Haney at 135. And then once Montana Love get to a point where it's too expensive, where it's it doesn't match, then the cycle repeats itself, man. It's like you hit the button and it's like, what's it called? Rinse, repeat, what they say. But the respect isn't there. It's over. It's over. And for those of y'all clamoring for him to fight for Undisputed, the YouTube channels clamoring for him to fight for Undisputed is part of the problem as well, because it's giving him a sense of false hope. It's giving him a sense of I know it's a dream to be wash, rinse, repeat. Thank you. I know it's a dream to become undisputed, unified, undefeated champion. I know that. But you have to leverage the game to work for you. You have to leverage it to work for you, similar to the way I did. You know, I knew I was gonna get kicked out of boxing. It was no doubt about it, man. I was so disrespectful, and I wouldn't budge. I've never apologized. I've never recanted anything that I've ever said if I was in the right. If I'm wrong, I'm not recanting a statement because you're viewed as whiter than white is right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Or if I've disrespected anybody, I'll say I'm wrong. But now with these purses being so absorbent, it's going to be really, really hard. It's going to be really, really hard. And with Devin Haney not being attached to the major players in America, Eddie Hearn is hot spotting his fights. So he doesn't really have like a true like American market, you know. He has like the major players is Bob Arum and Al Heyman. And the reality is, don't be shocked. We're not rooting for this. But don't be shocked. I'm opening up these phone lines. I'm gonna play the clip. Don't be shocked if Devin Haney becomes Terrence Crawford. And the fact that he's not creating his lane, you know, like I genuinely believe that he has to use his money to create freedom. You can't fight and then say, Eddie, give me another check. You have to make Eddie need you. You have to make these dudes need you. And if you don't, you're just going to be waiting in line. And then when the belts get relinquished from 140, Eddie Hearn is going to advocate for Montana Love and so on and so forth. And just going to be a repetitive cycle. There will be no black triple G's. There will be no Mexican triple G's. There will be no, it's not happening. All right, you're not going to get that rite of passage. And we keep on believing, fighting for these belts, not valuing your last name. Let's omit like the race card, right? Why do they? You got to stop letting people say things before your last name. Oh, the Undisputed, the most successful. No, say my last name first. Say my last name first. That's what you say. And then you say everything else. We get so acclimated with saying, oh, a graduate from Harvard, the most decorated this, the most successful at this. No, say my last name. We're addicted to being validated by these other titles, except your last name. My son Lincoln will tell you, what's the most important name? And he will tell you, Hawthorne. Appreciate you, Club 57. It's becoming a pandemic within boxing. Like all these fighters chasing money, chasing these accolades, but not raising the value of their last name. I'm speaking to everyone as a whole now, not just. So it's time. If we say, see, everyone wants to quote Malcolm X. Everyone wants to quote their favorite revolutionary, right? But they're not going to give up that money. They're not going to get off the nipple of that man that's paying them. They're not going to do it. No, they're not going to do it. They can talk about being independent, but behind that independency is some other man paying them, man. I'm telling you. Floyd is a great example of that. He got all the money in the world. He goes to Lower Manhattan and invests in some skyscrapers. Don't you know you could have did what that man did in Cleveland? Who's the man? What's the company that owns downtown Detroit and downtown Cleveland? The name of the stadium, Coinbase, Coin something. That could have been Floyd Mayweather. But he went down there. He went downtown Manhattan and wanted to be a part of them. He invited what's that man? Warren Buffett. He invited Warren Buffett to his dinner table instead of inviting me. Because he thought that was a sense of validation. And everybody takes that route. You know what they do? They go buy chains and Maseratis and Gucci and this and that and this and that. When you've seen it fail over the years and years and years and years and years. It failed with Tyson. No, excuse me. It failed with Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray has to have a job now. Dan Gilbert, thank you. He owns that company. What's the name of that company? Coinbase, Base Coin, something like that. The loan company. So at the end of the day, we're repeating the same cycle that happened to, what's the man's name? The left-hander that inspired this channel. Pernell Whitaker. Quicken Loans. Thank you, dog. Thank you. It's if you're not the elites like the Deontay Wilders where you can get away unscathed, or like Earl Spence, Canelo, Daniel Jacobs for that matter, as the opponent of the elites, you're gonna have to work. He bought up half of downtown. Yeah, I own a piece of downtown, so I understand. $69,000. Now it's worth what? $300,000. 69,000 cash. Yep. That's what it was. So the point I'm making is when are we going to get it? Because if and since we're talking about Devin Haney, the Haneys, I think everybody knows that they're rich, they're wealthy, they're successful. But how much power do you have in the sport of boxing? How much power do any WBC champion have? Let's not just put it all on Devin and Team Haney. What WBC champion can move the meter and get what he wants? There's only one. His name is Canelo. There's only one. Jamel Charlo can't do it. Earl Spence can't. He's WBC, right? He can't do it. 140. Josh Taylor can't do it. Devin Haney can't do it. 130. Valdez can't do it, but he's attached to Canelo, so they give him preferential treatment. Gary Russell can't do it. 22. I don't know who's 22. But the point I'm making is Tyson Fury can't do it. You're absolutely right. We got to put ourselves in position to take charge. Fighting Kambosos ain't the answer, y'all. You still have no power. Cool boy Steph, thanks. You have no power. You're going to get a check. Sure, they'll give you a check. They gave Mike Tyson tons of checks. No power. Never had control of his career. Then the last half of his career, he just fighting everybody. He fighting names that we never even heard of. And he made these, they claim the fame as fighting Mike Tyson. Francois Botha, Peter McNeely, McBride, whoever else he fought, you know? And I think that we got to wake up. We got to wake up. We're talking about, see, here's the niggerdums in us. Oh, Negroids. I call them Negroids, right? Negroids. The baseline of our conversations is Devin Haney makes more money than them. I have been preaching all of COVID, since the pandemic, because everybody was home listening to the barbershop, right? Now people got lives. They do what they want to do, and they come in as they please. Y'all need to fight each other. And then a year later, Mike Tyson comes in and says the same thing I get. And y'all about 2,000 people sent me that clip. Oh, y'all need to take control. When he's talking to Tank, you need to take control of your career and this and that. And I'm like, I've been saying that for years. But we don't get it. Tank Davis walks onto a PBC lot with $1.8 million worth of jewelry. 2 years later, Devin Haney says, I got $1 million worth of jewelry. Earl Spence has a $500,000 chain on. We got to wake up, y'all. We got to wake up. And I know I'm the only voice that's I mean, I say this out of love, but I don't need no motherfucking how you say it? What is it? No metaphors. I'm not gonna say it with metaphors. I'm not gonna do it. And I did ask her. He said he never buying another chain like that ever again. He did say that. Following and I remember when Mr. Haney came on and he talked about the green print, about being inspired. How much of boxing does Floyd own? How much power does Floyd have in boxing? One fighter? Al Haymon don't listen to him. I know for a fact Al Haymon don't listen. You know why I know Al Haymon don't listen to him? Because his fighters don't get fights. His fighters always on the B side of the PBC fighters. That's how I know Al Haymon. See, y'all just listening to the interviews. But if you listen to me every night, I will tell you the truth. Richardson, Hitcherson, and Malik Hawkins didn't even make Fox. They were on FS1. Floyd Mayweather wasn't there. Leonard Ellaby wasn't there. They didn't value the fight. They can talk all they want. But if you value something, you're present. If you value something, you take care of it. If you value something, you respond. If you value something, you show up. They were on FS1. So Floyd don't have the power that he say he has. If that's the case, Hitchison and would have been the co-main event or the main event to that kid. What's the Morrell, right? That fight was good enough because you had, shout out to David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez Sr. That's a hell of a kid he got. That's a hell of a kid he got, but he's not a co-main event fighter. I tell you that damn much. He's definitely not. And I'm going to tell you guys another thing. Floyd Mayweather makes no decisions on Tank Davis. Al Haymon does. That's the truth. And at camp, when they hanging out, but the business decisions, Floyd makes none of them. Leonard makes none of them. Al Haymon has made every in-ring decision for Tank Davis since you've seen him in a PBC ring. That's it. You know how I know? Because I know. So what I'm saying is, if we don't go and create our own, it's going to be a repetitive cycle. Crawford's going to fall into that repetitive cycle. Mike, I did a video today. I'm not with all that. Just make the fight, dog. Just make the fight. It's time. Just find a way, swallow your pride, make the fight. Because guess what? You can get once you become a champion, you can get as many replicas as them belts as possible. If you were the WBC champion once, you can order 10 of those belts. Put them in each of your homes. You understand what I'm saying? How many belts do you need? Gary Russell. See, now here's the catch. I'm willing to bet you that there's a chance. I know it's been reported, but I'm willing to bet that there's a chance now that Gary Russell fights Tank Davis. He poses the least resistance. but it's going to be the biggest fight in boxing. You know how I know it's going to be the biggest fight in boxing? Because boxing breathes on YouTube. That's how I know. It's going to be a huge fight. And Gary Russell's fighting in Atlantic City. Gary Russell's fighting in Atlantic City next month in January. So that'll be cool. I'll be doing some stuff on that. But I think it's just incredibly important that we see big picture. If we don't see big picture, if all we think of boxing is I fight, I get a check. I fight, I get a check. I fight, I get better. I fight, I go up the rankings. I fight, I get a belt. You're going to end up like Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard be hosting his butt off. Sugar Ray Leonard hosts everything that got to do with boxing. I don't know if y'all know that. I don't know if you know, as much money as Sean Porter made, he got to get a job. I don't know, as much money as Timothy Bradley made, he got to get a job. As much money as Andre Ward made, he got to get a job. As much money as all those men made, Fred doesn't have a job. Put that in perspective. They got jobs. Frederick Hawthorne doesn't have a job. Put that in perspective. And that will tell you who's been right long-term versus in the moment success. You're not putting me on a plane. Why don't Andre Ward have his own podcast? Why don't Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward do their own podcast? Because they don't know better. They've been chasing validation their whole career. I gotta be an Olympian. I gotta win silver gloves. I gotta win golden gloves. I gotta get signed. I gotta get signed. I gotta get signed. When does it stop wanting to be signed? Man, if I would have got $1 million check at 20, I will be worth $100 million right now. I'm telling you. You give me a $1 million check at 19. I'll be worth $100 million without a shadow of a doubt. I know I would. So we sit here and we see what happened to Devin Haney, right? Or what's going to happen with Devin Haney. Once Devin Haney gets rid of that belt and he got to move up to 140, watch how what's the term I'm looking for? How forgotten he becomes. Who's he gonna fight at 140? Montana Love? You know what I'm saying? Tank versus Gary at Memorial Stadium, 130 DMV showdown, 50, 70,000 people there. I might even buy a ticket if they make it happen. Well, it's going to be on the East Coast because Gary Russell's fighting in Atlantic City. So they're not going to build up the fan base in Atlantic City and then bring them to California or Vegas. So that fight will be on the East Coast. And that fight only can be between June and September. So if they're going to make the fight, it got to be between June and September because of the weather. I mean, if you want maximum dollar, if you don't want maximum dollar, then you can put it anytime you want. So what are we going to do? We just going to sit here and just accept it. All for money. All for money. And y'all say, Fred, you never seen $1 million before. You've never turned down. I'm going to tell y'all something. Because I don't think y'all have ever fully grasped or understood or put this in perspective. I willingly gave up my credentials. And what does that mean, Fred? What does that mean, Fred? That means I gave up thousands of dollars a month. All my one-on-one videos goes boxing viral. All of them. And I have 100% access. All I had to do was follow behind Sam Watson, Brandon Watson, Marcus Watson. That's all I had to do was shut my mouth, apologize, get all these interviews, get all this access. But you know what Fred said? Nah. I can't do it. My integrity is on the line. My moral compass, what I believe in, what I stand for. I can't sit here and allow this to happen to me. So I gave up the thousands of that. I mean, the channel makes a few $1,000s now, but what I'm saying is, and I appreciate y'all, it made thousands more because guess what? The whole world watch when I interview whatever's going on, whatever pulse is going on in boxing. Fred makes a beeline to get that interview, and it goes viral. Oh, it goes boxing viral. I gave that up because I believed in what I thought to be right, and I've been proven to be right. See, people don't want to live with a view. People want to live on the first floor with the common folks, so they laugh and say, "Ha ha, Fred, you don't have a credential." I'm free than a motherfucker, though. I tell you that damn much. And that's what I think we got to strive to be. So let's just say me not having a credential minimum cost me about $50,000 a year. Minimum. That's a light number. About $50,000 a year it cost me. Let's see. What would that be about? About $5,000 a month. So let's say about $60,000. That's what that credential really cost me, if you want to put it in perspective. I could have shut my mouth. I could have shut my mouth and stood behind and got access. I chose not to. And I think the end of it, the end goal is for us to be free. And not many people gonna get this plight. Not many people are gonna say, ha, not many people gonna understand it. And it's okay. And let me open up the phone line. I think I talked long enough. But when you're consistently being disrespected, I'm talking to all these fighters. When you're consistently being disrespected and you go back 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 and you go back. What's up, man?
What's up, Fred?
How you feel?
Everything you're speaking is the truth, brother. I'm feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Fred, when we first started talking a couple years ago, this has come from a man who's 57 years old, man. I followed boxing for 7 decades. Count them: 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Now we're in the 2020s, right? Al Haymon is the worst thing that ever happened to boxing. He has destroyed boxing from the ground up. And I know when I told you that, the full impact didn't hit you, but now you see what I was talking about, right?
I don't remember those statements, but I do now. I do now know. I would say he's the worst, but he's definitely bad for boxing.
He destroyed it. He destroyed boxing, and you saw it when you did not make the fights that should have been made, that could have been made. That's the key word, Fred. Not the fights that should have been, the fights that made, right? Were not made. And the money was there. The contracts were there. He had control of the people to make them. But because of greed, like you said, squirreling that money away to these different LLCs to benefit himself. He didn't care about the boxers. I told people, Al Haymon's having these guys fight once or twice a year. These guys look like they're broke. Being broke is a look. Are you with me? You can see it on somebody's face when they're broke. I don't know about you. I can. I've been on this planet long enough. You understand where I'm coming from with this?
I'm listening.
Those fighters were broke. I told people, I go, Al Haymon is bad for boxing. His fighters are broke. And he has them under contract where they can't even tell you they're broke. But you go ahead.
No,
comment.
you're right, because I just spoke to an Al
Ain't
Haymon
that
fighter.
deep?
No, I spoke to an Al Haymon fighter yesterday. Called me
Mhm.
out the blue. I
Mhm.
can't get a fight. They want me to move up and weight and fight this guy and do X, Y, Z and this and that. I'm like, God damn. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, you guys will never be preview of my sources because I can't.
Mhm.
But
Privy is the word we're looking for. Privy. to your
privy.
sources, yeah.
What did I
Yeah.
say? What did I say? Privy.
Preview. But that's okay. I feel you.
Privy.
I know where you're coming from.
Okay,
with
I
it,
appreciate it. You know,
No
I'm
problem, bro.
thank
You know, I'm
God.
always looking out.
Thank God for you. And
Mhm.
they're struggling. Like, people only know the Charlos who are doing great, and they'll tell you they're doing great. And I want them to do
Mhm.
great. Wilder, Tank, Spence, Danny,
Mhm.
and who else? Who else? Leo, you
Leo
know.
Santa Cruz,
Mhm.
yeah. You know what? All those guys who signed with Aldo, I have no feelings for them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you can't read, that's your problem. That's the school district problem. That's your parenting, your mother and dad's problem. Because anybody who reads Al Haymon's contract, who isn't blind, can see that that is a slave contract that was written by somebody close to the devil that you cannot get out of. The military contract, your contract you signed to go into the military gives you more leeway than that. That contract should be illegal. And anybody listening to this, don't listen to me. Go read the contract, and you come back on this show and you ask me some questions. You tell me what you feel about that contract. Because that contract you cannot get out of. It's inescapable. There's no escape clause in that contract other than death. So anybody who signs that, you would have to have an IQ below 50 to sign that contract. And that's mental retardation. Okay? So I don't know what to tell you, man. And real quick before I go, I want to cook on Devin for a minute. You know who to blame for Devin now? Teofimo. Teofimo ducked Devin, stifled him, and then turned around and gave all them belts to Kambosos, got his ass beat. And now look at Devin. Like you said, everything you said, Fred, came to into play.
Fruition is what the word.
Done,
Fruition.
It came into fruition. It came into play. It came into play because Devin. Now look at it.
He's gonna have a hard
Where
time.
can he go?
He's gonna have a hard time. He's definitely gonna have a hard time. And you got to be the people's champ. Devin was on the verge of being a people's champ. He still is the people's champ. Like, he's young, he's fresh, he's brash. But you got to make that move. You got to get off Eddie Hearn. You got to get off that earn and Hearn. Earn the Hearn, earn with Hearn. You got to get off that.
But T.O. ducked him. See, if he'd have gave Devin an opportunity, then Devin would be in a different position now because Devin would have beat him. And he knew that. So instead of letting the black man get a step ahead, you see what he does. And then he's going to use the N-word every chance he got. I'm so glad he got his ass beat. You just don't know. I've never seen a man act like more of a female in my entire life than that bitch. I'm so glad that T.O. got his ass beat. I'm ecstatic. What do you feel about that?
I'll never root for Teofimo Lopez again. Like, I stopped rooting for him a long time ago. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm glad y'all caught on. But if he would, and
here's a quick message before I get out of here.
Yep.
To all you Puerto Ricans and Mexicans out there who think you can use N-words, you can't. And anybody who's ever used it to me got all their teeth knocked out of their fucking mouth. Same rule applies on site. That ain't your word. I don't know who the hell you hanging out with that makes you feel you can use that word, but you don't have the right to use that damn word. And you use it around the wrong people, you do so at your own risk. You feel me, Fred?
I'm with you.
I'm out, brother. Peace. Have a good show, okay?
All right, Charles.
All right.
Peace, man. Boom. Boom. What up, Fred? Just showing. So I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate. I know, just Mr. Henderson once again. 9 Wise, man. James the man. You Magic Johnson fan, huh? Magic Johnson fan. I'm gonna get this call. Damn, it just beat you to it. 727. What's up?
You know who this is? It ain't 727.
It is 727.
No.
Yeah, but you changed your number, man. So I forgot. You called in from another number yesterday. What's up?
No, I didn't. I've always called this with this number.
No, you got a different number yesterday. But what's up?
No, I didn't. I promise.
I apologize then. What's up?
I'm gonna go with the same thing as the last dude because I'm really feeling him, and I think you're feeling him too. If you're not fucking Stevie Wonder, why would you sign the contract?
Wait, what are you talking about? Making reference to, so people know.
The contract that everybody's signing that's ruining boxing.
Oh, all these guys sign contracts, and not all of them, but a lot of these guys sign contracts because it gives them immediate satisfaction.
It gives them moolah and satisfaction and self-validation.
Yeah, in the beginning, and then you realize, oh damn, like Tiafimo is stuck. You know, he's in deep creek water, and it's gonna be laughable to see the things what happens to him with Top Rank.
Are you Stevie Wonder? Do you not know how to read?
And if you're a free agent, you gotta if you're a free agent, you better move like one. You better invest in yourself. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yes, please.
If boxing is so ruined or like bad now, why are people so dedicated to it still? Like, are we waiting for something good to happen, or why are people still so, oh my God, I love boxing when it's ruined, and it's been ruined for a while?
Well, we're addicted to it. You know what I mean? We're like the degenerates. Yeah, we're like them. And we love the sport. That's why it's over 400 people in here right now. And we're just addicted to it. And it's nothing that's going to change until the day we die. And we just want one day where we can wake up and say a fighter is literally doing it his way. And Canelo is pretty close. Canelo is extraordinary close. The only thing is he's taken the money, but if he did it on his own, he would be a monster. It's like if Drake didn't do Apple. You know, Drake could literally put Apple out of business if he opened up his own streaming service. But I'm not in that lane. But if Drake said, you know what? I'm not releasing my money on Apple. I'm releasing it on Drake streams. 20% of the artists would go over to Drake or create their own stream. It would put Pandora out of business, Spotify out of business. Yeah.
SoundCloud, everything.
Yep.
So we're just pretty much hoping and praying for somebody to do it their way.
That's what we would like, because history proves, just like UFC, just like the NBA, just like the NFL, history proves that when you retire, because you've dedicated your life to a sport, and we are forever grateful as fans. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say and minimize their entertainment value in my life. I'm not going to devalue that. But they get fat, they lack skill sets, and many of them become codependent upon something, whether it's sex, whether it's drugs, whether it's gambling. And you
Michael Jordan, gambling.
Oh, gambling, yeah, and you physically decline, because you're going to gain 60 pounds because you're going to go to your comfort weight. Being a professional athlete, you're not living in your comfort weight. You're living. So, one day, LeBron James could have did it when he walked. LeBron James had a great opportunity when he walked out of that meeting during COVID last summer. Not this summer, but last 2 summers ago. And he didn't hold his ground. He could have had the world on his ears in the palm of his hand. Kyrie Irving did it. He held his ground. He gave up millions of dollars.
But he can't play no more.
But they allow him to play on the road.
Yes, I know. I heard about that.
But prior to that, Kyrie Irving wanted to start his own league. No NBA player wanted to go with him. I was disappointed in the whole entire Nets team. They were saying that, not disappointed, but when he went on strike, or not call it a strike, that's not a strike, believing in what you do, believe in. I would have thought James Harden and Kevin Durant would have said, you know what, I'm with my teammate. I'm not playing either. You know?
They're all about the money.
Yeah.
And the fame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to do that. For their own sanity, they couldn't.
Yeah. Mr. Henderson says, Fred, why not just negotiate and pay Kambosos to fight in Australia? Pay Herm to market. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to help the situation. Dev got to, from my understanding, Dev makes a lot of money, right? He's a free agent, right? Dev needs to be a free agent. Was it 10,000 people showed up in Vegas, right? He had 5,000, then he went to 10,000. That means he's an asset. He's not a liability. If I went from 5,000 to 10,000, that means you can scale with no marketing, because the guy signed late. The guy signed the fight with like 3 weeks to go. So you really don't need, you're going to get $3 million. Oh man, between pay-per-view and the gate, that's $3 million right there. Pay-per-view, $50, whatever it is. The gate, 10, 12,000. So that means you went from 5 to 10. So you're probably going to rest anywhere between 10 and 12 would be a safe number. And that's credit to Devin and his team for doubling their attendance. Don't need Eddie Hearn. And the funny thing is, in that interview, go to that press conference with Teofimo Lopez. Eddie Hearn says, no, leave the business to me. I'll take care of that. Because they were having a conversation about how they can make the fight. He's like, no, I'll make the fight. Don't worry about that. Leave it to me. Go watch that interview. And but it's anyways, you got last words, man?
Huh? Oh,
yeah.
Actually, also, I heard you were called a puppet, but the audio quality in that video was ass because you were in the gym.
Oh, it was? Damn. No, he was calling everybody. That was Terrence Crawford. I just want Terrence Crawford to get his money, man. Get your money. Fire your team. Get your money. And be successful. Catch a private jet. Drive down to Dallas. Go holler at Earl and create the plan. Because all this bickering on the internet is just, it's foolish. To me, it's foolish at this point. Because y'all need each other for that generational check. Y'all need each other. And I'm smart enough to know it.
But a lot of other people aren't.
Terrence can go cut weight and make. See, Terrence don't have a guarantee on his head. I'm talking to Crawford. When he fought for Top Rank, he had a guarantee on his head, whatever it was. It was a lot of money. But now he got to create some fights. You got to go create something, and not with the he don't have the infrastructure to go create something. So he'll be back on Top Rank, fighting for $1.5 million. and everybody's gonna know, and it's gonna be loud, and it's gonna be funny.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna get out of here.
I appreciate you coming in. Thanks
All
for
right, I'll
honoring.
see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow. Absolutely.
All right, bye.
Yep. And this is another show where Fred tells you to play. 209. What it do down there in TX? What's up?
How's it going, Fred?
Hey, how you feeling?
Pretty good, pretty good. Well, Fred, we're getting financially literate here about these boxers. This is what, since the 70s, you've been following boxing for a while, and Don King, he actually made a blueprint for the boxers to follow and not to follow. I don't know if you remember a kid named Salvador Sanchez from Mexico.
He's the greatest Mexican fighter that ever lived.
Salvador Sanchez was a free agent. He was his own entrepreneur, businessman. This kid had it all at a young age. The only reason why he needed to work with Bob Arum, Don King, whoever, it was because of his language barrier. And he almost had it. We're here talking about Canelo. He's got it close. He would have if he wouldn't have went with Golden. If he would have came from Mexico like he did and started his own thing. He's under the banner of Eddie Reynoso, and not too many people probably know that. He does what Eddie tells him to do. Most of the fights he probably doesn't even want, but he's just a dedicated athlete that doesn't know nothing about the financing. He might know now, but not as thorough as his manager / coach. So this is what I see happening, Fred. I think most boxers that want to become world champions, they become world champions. The problem is how they become world champions. Do they become world champions with a mindset of like, okay, I'm going to have to pay all these sanctioning fees to keep the belt. I'm going to have to pay my coach. I have to pay fees up the ass, whatever. If he's a conscious fighter, eventually he's going to figure it out and say, you know what? I don't need a manager. I can do this on my own. That's where I think boxing is at right now, at a transition. Everybody becomes a champion, and they're like, wait a minute, these fees are too expensive to keep this belt. I'm just going to ditch it. And I want to become my own /agent. Even Mayweather, to this point, he still has people that have to tell him what to do. He's not in control fully of what. Does that make sense, Fred? Like you're in control of your channel. You do what you got to do. You're free. I'm free with what I got to do with my businesses. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But these boxers that want to be free are not, because two things that I see is, one, the desire to not fail and the desire to compete with the bigwigs. They want to not fail and they want to compete at a top level with HBO, Showtime, DAZN. That's the biggest hurdle that these boxers have. You almost have to go and become somewhat of a entrepreneur before you become a boxer. Become literate, financially literate. Know something that other boxers don't know. And then boxers will follow and ask you, hey, how did you do that? Because the only guy that I see close to doing that, right now is that one kid, Rayo Valenzuela. That kid, Rayo Valenzuela, he said it so many times, and he's told his camp, I don't need agents. I don't need nobody. So hopefully I'm talking about the Latino side.
Mm-hmm.
On the African American side, we got Devin Haney. Devin Haney right now, kids need to look up to what he's doing. He calls the shots. He calls the shots more than Crawford, more than Spence, more than anybody. And people don't like that. Why? Because the kid's smart. He knows what plan of action to take. He knows what goes behind closed doors before a boxing event. He knows the seats that are going to get sold, the food that's going to be sold. This guy gets it all down. He negotiates everything. And that's something that you got to respect that. That's something that I don't see any other boxer doing. Or what do you think, Fred?
I think Devin is almost there. I think Devin is like
I think so too.
2 steps away. And he's the closest though. I can honestly say him, Canelo. I don't think no one at PBC, like now that I understand it, I don't think no one at PBC can ever be that. But who else, guys? I need y'all help.
Okay.
I think
Tio,
Devin and Canelo. No, Tio's done.
Tio's done. But let me explain what I saw happening with Tio. And I like the kid when he beat Loma, which I didn't think he was going to beat him. He beat Loma, and I'm like, you know what? This kid, he's got a future. He should have stayed quiet. He should have never said nothing. And I think he should have asked for that fight with Kambosos quick, so he won't lose his mojo, right? Because they fucking postponed that fight 7 times,
right.
all because somebody was talking in Tio's ear. You combine that with family problems. His mom not going to his wedding. His mom probably not even talking to him. You know, there's a lot of shit that went on behind closed doors that led up to this fight that nobody knows. He had lost the fight with Kambosos before he even fought Kambosos, outside the ring and inside the ring. And it's easy to blame Eddie Hearn. It's easy to blame. Look, Eddie Hearn's trying to make a living off great boxers. But great boxers need to get their heads out of there, you know what, and say, you know what? I need to become financially literate. I need to know what marketing is. I need to know where are my sponsors? Who? Because if you're the face of boxing in your division, fuck, you can walk up to Nike, Adidas, and tell them, hey, check this out. I'm the #1 ranking champion in this division. There's nobody gonna tell him no. He just needs to know what doors to knock on to learn and get his feet wet. Once a boxer gets his feet wet with knowing how the business of boxing works, look at Tank. Tank, I think he's once a boxer gets his. What do you think, Fred? Is Tank stuck or no?
Yes, the Tank is way stuck. Tank is way as long.
Why? We want to know why, because I think all the boxing fans, true boxing fans, even casual fans, we all need to know and be on the same page. That way we can. There's a transition going on. Boxing is not on the decline; it's on the ascendance. Shit, Dubai just did a big time thing for the sport. They want to come out with NFTs, cash wallet, all kinds of stuff for the boxing scene.
Well, we'll see if
that's
they do it.
That's just gonna fucking blow up. It's gonna. They're pushing it and they're pumping millions of dollars into this, and it's gonna work. I know it's gonna work. It's just a matter of when and a matter of how it's gonna happen. For crying out loud, look at Jake Paul. Jake Paul 5-0. He's calling out Canelo, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's trying to do money grab fights. You got to commend Jake Paul for that. That motherfucker, if he's got a handler, fuck, it's making Jake Paul look like a fucking boss. With all due respect.
Last words.
I don't even like that style of YouTubing fighting. But you know what? You got to commend the kid for. And he probably seen what you're seeing, Fred, or what I've been seeing for so many fucking years, where He's all like, you know what, this is fucking easy. And I bet you he studied and studied and studied the marketing and the business of boxing. And he said, you know what? I'm just going to get a bunch of followers on YouTube and just pick my opponents, beat them up, and here we go. Look at the guy. He's making 100 million on a fight?
Well, I don't know if he made that much, but I appreciate.
No, yeah, between endorsements and between the sales, because see, Jake Paul doesn't get the front end money. He gets the back end money too.
No, I know that, but 100 million, that's kind of high.
No, I'm not saying from the front end. If you combine both front and back end, it's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money. Jake is when you
and it's not off of fans like me and you. It's off of fans that are newcomers that are seeing the sport as a combat sport other than MMA. They're like, wait a minute, boxing's becoming interesting. You know what I mean?
Appreciate the call.
All
We're gonna get give me a second. We're gonna get.
Hey, was your song messing up on this episode?
No, that was no, I had two things on. That's all.
No, man, you fucking up my
Yeah, so you can't play it. You can't play the song.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to an older video. Don't worry.
Other video. Yeah. I was about to say that. Hey, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, man, everything good, man. What's going on, Big Fred?
Everything super. Mr. Henderson says I work in sales. So I'm Devin, leverage Australia. I'm Devin, leverage Australia and get it done. But they gotta want to fight him. I don't think they're gonna want to fight him, you know.
Hey, can we talk about the WBC?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Hold on, let me get Anthony on. He'll probably segue into that. What's up, man? How you been?
Man, what's happening? What it do, man? Salute to both of y'all.
Welcome home, dog. What's up?
Man, what's up? What's up? Man, what we gonna do about these sanctioning bodies, man? You know I was calling about it, man.
Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Listen,
man. My perspective is Mauricio Sulaiman, this is your business. You can do what you want to do. You know, I've always had that mindset, but I got caught up into the narrative and I was spewing that shit. But at the end of the day, Mauricio Sulaiman, you own the WBC. It's yours. You do what you want with it. So now these fighters are too old. We got too much history behind us. We know what's going on. Now, what you gonna do about it?
Right.
You
so
know.
Look.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and in Devin's case, I mean, how much more disrespect can you take? Bill Haney shouldn't have to come on here no more and be like, I'm the champion. No, give him his belt. Give him the belt. Give him the belt. Give him the belt. Take it. You know? And but when you chasing that money, you get caught up, man. You lose you lose a level of your integrity. You lose a level of your respect, like self-respect, you know? So that's the word. Thank you. And I think it's so obvious now. It's like everybody here today is like, what is Bill and Devin going to do? It's not even negotiable in my eyes.
And what the fuck is a pride belt any fucking way?
It's their belt. Come on, man. It's their belt. It's their belt. It's their belt. And this would have never happened. And this is just my opinion. It would not have happened if he had apologized. If he had stood his ground and trusted the process, trusted that boxing fans and boxing media would have got behind him. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I mean, it was a lot of pressure. CNN picked up the story and all that. It's a lot of pressure for a young kid. I get it. But he said it. And but that apology.
I'm with you, Fred. I wish you would have stood on that shit, man.
Yeah, you should have.
So look, Fred.
Yes.
Before they made Lomachenko the franchise champion, Devin Haney was the mandatory, right?
Who did you say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
who did he say?
Lomachenko.
Lomachenko.
Okay, my bad. But he was a mandatory, so it sounded like they just reversed all that shit to make old boy Undisputed. So that means Devin Haney should be in line for whatever the fuck they just did, whatever they reversed or whatever.
They got what they want, man. You stay in business with who you need till you get what you want. You understand what I'm saying? And that's happened to the WBC. They deemed George Kambosos as the South Pacific savior. He takes that belt to a place that's where the WBC isn't. You know, New Zealand, Australia, Auckland, Fiji, Malaysia, the South Pacific, man. You get to have some fun down there. And Devin Haney is just an American.
No.
What? Just
a
American?
nigga.
No, I mean
that's Black Jesus.
I don't even think it's, I don't even want to talk in my perspective. I want y'all to feel how you feel. It's not about race anymore. It's about what are you gonna do? We don't need to play the race card no more with them. This is how you treat me? I'm taking my business elsewhere. Okay. Oh, I'm a nigga. Oh, see. Now you look like Jamel Charlo in front of that store. I spent thousands of dollars here. I gave you sanctioning fees my last 8 fights, master. No. They showed you who they are, Devin. And when Earl get older, they gonna do it to Earl. They did it to Wilder. It's not changing. Because you're working in the kitchen in the slave master's house, you're still a slave.
Hey, can I say this?
Yeah, take your time. Mm-hmm.
That belt that Jake Paul was better than any belt that any sanctioning body brought to the table.
I meant to talk about that too.
That motherfucker had a Rolex in that joint.
Oh, he did?
Cartier joint, nigga.
I ain't see it, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
He had a expensive ass bag too on that motherfucker.
I ain't see it.
Listen, man. Now that's a belt I would want to win. Fuck that brass belt. Matter of fact, hold on, Fred. You know what I'm saying? They got Devin Haney fucked up.
Hey, Fred, man, look, I ain't gonna hold the line up too much, man. I ain't have too much to say.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Y'all hold it down, man. We need to come together and get these belts, get rid of these belts, man. But salute to y'all.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that.
No,
I'm gonna put another glove in there or some shit.
Yeah, we don't need to get rid of them. We just got to make them non-obsolete. If they do it to Wilder, who cares? If they do it to Tyson, if they do it to Whitaker, if they do it to Terry Norris, I don't know if they did it. I'm just saying, and then it gets to you in 2021, you think you're the lucky Negro? Man, please. Man, they said, Fred, give me my credential. Here, I did my job. My job is done. I'm never going back. I don't want your free tickets. Don't come to me to ask me to help promote your fights because I'm going to be bigger than you. And 500 people in here at 1 o'clock in New York, I'm doing a hell of a job. And I give them. Render unto Caesar.
Well, salute to y'all, man.
I appreciate you, man. Peace, man. Welcome back, though. Appreciate you coming back, big dog.
Yeah, you see, it's a little empty over there now. Yeah, man.
Man, I said here. I didn't argue with Golden Boy took my credential. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. The truth. Top rank said apologize. Evan Korn said, Fred, apologize. I was on the phone with another black YouTuber. We're on the phone together. He was like, Fred, just apologize, man. Just apologize, man. I was in my room upstairs, like, apologize. I says, if you don't get the fuck off if you don't get the F off my phone, man, I hung that shit up. Man, I hung it up so fast, man. I said, what? Apologize. Kelly Swanson, Fred, just apologize, Fred. Apologize, Fred. You know. Did I do something wrong? Like, I'm telling y'all the truth, man. The truth. No, if I'm wrong, I don't care what color you are. I'm going to apologize. I don't care if you're a woman, male, Asian, Mexican. If Frederick is wrong, and I believe I'm wrong, shit, I'm my bad. But when I was a school teacher, I walked out of a teacher meeting because the teachers wasn't teaching the kids. Made the paper. No, I'm not making nothing up. So I've been this way since I was a school teacher. And I think it's time, man. It's time. How many more? Next year, this time, y'all gonna say Fred is right. Because you can't see it now because Devin has a lot of money. He's famous. He's living his best life. He got $1 million in jewelry. He has a very famous girlfriend. He has a great father. He has a great family. And he's young. So you don't really see it. But it's going to start declining because the level of respect just ain't there. It's just not there. I think Devin's gonna have to tap out and get it on his own. He gonna have to make his own fights. I did the numbers. Kyle, here's the numbers. If the average ticket costs $150 and it's 12,000 people, $1.8 million. If Devin Haney, if the average ticket, it costs, my ticket was $50 when I went and saw Devin in May. It was like $60. So $59 was the cheapest ticket, right? Because I knew I was going to matriculate myself down. So the cheapest ticket was like $59, right? So let's say the average ticket is $150 because the 4 seats is probably $500 to $700 for a Devin Haney fight, maybe, right? So it's somewhere in between there. So I say $150. That's y'all can do the math with me. $1.8 million. Now, if he does his own pay-per-view at 100,000 buys, 100,000 times $50, $5 million. The man clears $6.8 million betting on himself. I said Devin Haney clears $6.8 million betting on himself. And these are low numbers. The pay-per-view gonna be $70. Let's be real. The pay-per-view is gonna be $70. It ain't gonna be no $50 because he's gonna fight $70 times 100,000. 1, 2, 3. $7 million. So he's gonna charge $70, and he's gonna make $700,000. $7 million off 100,000 buys. He has 100,000 buys just in the LDBC alone. Think about that. Yeah. And the offsprings. He has $7 million at his disposal at a $70 clip. You can't watch the fight unless you go to devinhaney.com or go to the fight. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Now you got 1/5, so you got 1.8, so that makes it 8.8 million. He has $8.8 million at his disposal, and that's just what 100,000 buys. Devin gonna do 100,000 buys because you can't watch it nowhere else. That's 8.8 million. You take 1.8 off the top, that pays for your arena, for your opponent, your undercard. You walk away with $7 million, and you don't put no other merchandise there, but they say everything but let's fight. That's the only merchandise you put in the arena. The fight probably gonna have to be at the Thomas and Mack Center, but that's okay. It's not gonna be in a casino because Bob Arum and Al Haymon got a racket on the casinos, right? So that's fine. We just take it to Thomas and Mack. We get 12,000 people in there. Average ticket price, $150. Cool.
Yeah, come to Oakland.
Well, I got to get a guaranteed marketplace first, so I can show proof of concept. Oakland, nah, that's not a proven marketplace yet. Vegas, he went from 5,000 people to 10,000 people, right? That's what I heard. He had 10,000 people there, so that's where I'm. So I think it makes sense, man. But in the meantime, between, I wish I could pronounce your name, Yashua. We can't hear you. You low. Now, no, you go ahead. You blocking it. Your microphone.
Can you hear me?
You real low.
Hold on, let me see if I can call back.
Yeah, just being back in. I'm gonna kick you out. I'm not gonna ban you. But yeah, man, it's well, I don't care.
January 22nd, we in New York. So plan accordingly, Fred.
Who's fighting? I'm not going, but who's playing? Who's
no?
fighting?
So you go to New York anyway, nigga. You might as well go see your family. Nigga, you know what I mean?
Nah, I'll be in production because I
oh
shoot.
Shit, okay.
I shoot February 20th and 21st. So I'm shooting a film the day Malcolm was assassinated, and I'm releasing it the day he was born. So pretty dope. So I'll be in like storyboard mode, and yeah, so I'll be real. That's all I'll be thinking about.
Yeah, Troy Isley is fighting in New York, so I gotta go.
I saw that. Who's the main event?
Don't matter. Joe Smith and whoever the fuck. I don't know.
Okay. I heard about that card.
Joe Smith fight his ass off though.
Oh, he's fun to watch. He's worth $50. He's worth going to the fight, because you're gonna get blood, you're gonna get all that, So yeah, I don't care what y'all say Devin gonna do. I know he got $7 million $7 million on pay-per-view. I know that's a guarantee. You can't tell me Devin can't sell 100,000 buys.
My thing, even if you take the L, at least you ain't got to split it.
It ain't no L.
No, I'm just saying, worst case scenario.
Explain your point.
I'm saying worst case scenario, if you don't get the $7 million, say you get 3, when you normally get 5.
Yeah.
At least it's on your own merit. You feel what I'm saying? He got fighters.
Man, listen. I have no doubt in my mind Gary Russell can do 100,000 buys. Tank Davis can do 100,000 buys. Devin Haney can do 100,000 buys. And whoever else. Guaranteed. And if Devin Haney fights Gary Russell, what are we looking at? 250,000 buys? Let's see, 250, 1, 2, 3 times 70. That's $17.5 million. Gary Russell and Devin Haney off pay-per-view alone, 17.5. What? Average ticket. Now that place gonna sell out. If this fight is in Vegas or in the DMV area, you got 15,000 fans guaranteed. So let's say 15,000 fans times, let's say ticket price. Let's just keep it at 150. $2.25 million. That's $20 million. Their fight is worth $20 million. And that's low. Devin Haney versus Gary Russell is worth $20 million. That's low end. They can bust that hole down the middle.
Yeah.
Put the brothers on the you got to put the brothers on the undercard.
Listen, you got it.
And you put Amari. That's it.
You have enough fighters, man.
$20 million. That means they walking away with 7. Devin and Gary is walking away with $7 million each. You tell me this can't be done? Man, come on. The first day that fight is announced, you sell half the arena. Especially if you do it in June and July. Man,
Jake
come on.
Paul showing niggas how it's done.
Man. Oh, we can hear you now. What's up?
You can hear me now?
Oh, very much so. What's up?
Okay, cool.
First off, welcome to the show.
I just switched.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
I'm actually, this is my second time on your show. I spoke on there before.
Okay.
Yeah. I dialed in though. Hold on, I can't really hear you now for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I'm on my iPhone, but now I can't seem to hear you guys. So
can you hear me?
Hold on, let me
said Deb.
iPhone, but now I can't. Oh, there you go. Seem to hear you guys. So
can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you now.
I said Deb.
iPhone, but now I can't.
Now you got an echo.
You hear the background now, right?
You don't have an echo, yeah.
Hold on. All right. Hold on, let me get my headphones, man. Sorry about that. Hold on.
No, that'll work. Your headphones will work. Devin doing 100K. I don't see Gary. You don't think Gary and Devin can do 100,000 buys, Kyle?
They can. They're easy. Shit, Tank did 200,000.
Tank did 200,000 in the summertime, though. That's summertime buys. That's June. That's summertime. You got to do these buys. You got to do this fight in the summertime. You got to do it June and July. No, there's no football. There's no NBA. You got a window between June and August 1st. After that, ready, down, set, hut. You lose 25 to 50,000 buys just because it's football. What's up?
You got college football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got NFL, Friday Night Lights, the whole shit.
No, I'm not. Now Gary would need an opponent to do good numbers. He's not that popular.
Well, I'm saying him and Dev could do it.
Yeah, I think they could do 250 times $70.
I mean, I think those guys can do whatever they want to do, but they don't have that. They too comfortable, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you too comfortable, and for what us, man, we don't have that that unity, that mindset, like we all get together type. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, man. I'm getting over COVID, so forgive me. But that camaraderie, like it was back in the 70s when in the NBA. Remember when they had that league when everything was they had that
ABA?
Yeah, ABA. They don't have that sense no more because now everybody got the money. Once you give us some money, man, that's it, man. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is for us. And I think it's a mental impediment. You know what I'm saying? Because once we get out of that mindset of, listen, we can go ahead each other, help each other out, we unstoppable. But we got to get there first. You know what I'm saying? And it just takes one big. It got to be somebody big. Like I feel that Devin is big, but I think somebody like Devin, Errol got together. Perhaps even Gavante, maybe Errol whisper in his because I believe if you get enough people to really go to do it, I think Errol will be he'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I think Errol will do it. I don't know about Terrence Crawford. I like my brothers, man, but he seems to be one of those type of guys he strikes me as he's not conscious in essence. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, EJ, I remember said something about he was talking like if you notice, Terrence Crawford would normally go at EJ all the time, but you never really hear EJ go at him. Like if he does, it's only something like professional, but nothing disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
I've noticed that.
Yeah. So, and I feel that, and I heard EJ talk one time. I never forget this. It was him, Adrian Broner, um, some other people. They was outside somewhere. I can't remember where it was. And he was like, you know what? He said something deep that made me even like him even more. Was that he was like, you know,
we got to stop playing into these. We got to stick together. And I saw that video and I was like, yo, I like this kid, B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like this kid. You know what I'm saying? And if he has that mentality, then that comes from parental. I think that comes from his father. You know what I'm saying? He had a good upbringing. It seems. And it's something different about that dude that I always that I took to him. Not only is he a good fighter, but I just like his his makeup. That's
Yeah.
what that's what separates him from Terrence Crawford to me. Why I favor him. He's he's more um he seems more conscious. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to Terrence Crawford, he's you know he's a I don't think he'll be able to do that. I think will be reluctant to be like on some oh yeah let's all unite type. I don't think he would do that. You know what I mean? But
Well,
that's just my
he's
go
gonna
ahead.
have to get this.
Yeah, but he did look up. He had to wait until and the writing was all on the wall, but he had to wait until the last minute when everybody was like damn near yelling at him. Damn, leave the money, leave him.
He left because the contract was up. He didn't.
Oh, okay.
He didn't leave because he was like, "I'm leaving." He left.
Right.
The contract was up.
Yeah, but oh, okay. So yeah, he should. And he seemed like he was reluctant to do it really at that time. You know what I mean? He looked like he really wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing definitive to where he was like, I think he probably still, if he could, he probably go back if Bob Arum. You know what I mean? You heard how
Well,
he was talking.
I talked about this before.
Hmm.
You can be loyal to a fault. You know what I'm saying? But it's also comfort
Right.
when you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want to do, and
Yep.
you can bring 15 niggas with you. They room for free and shit like that, and you can go where you want to go.
Yeah.
It's hard to just leave that for unknown. You know what
That's
I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
It's like you got your for sure thing at the crib. You know for sure she's solid. You know she ride. And then you like, you know what, I'm about to leave her and then go get with another chick, hoping that she's solid. And if she fucked you over, then you said, damn, I should just stay with old girl.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
The comfort level. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take chances.
But
But at
that's
the
what I'm
end of the day,
and
it's
and
easier
also
said than done.
right.
You know?
And
I
and
ain't never
also
had that kind of bread. You get
right.
what I'm saying? My
Right.
family
Me either.
life wasn't changed.
Right.
How his family life was changed.
Right.
So I don't have that same like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about this money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that
Right.
same mindset as it pertains to the money.
Right.
Because you gotta think, his whole family is good for the rest of their lives because this old white man gave him a chance. So it's hard to turn your back on a motherfucker that puts so much money in your pocket. It helps change your family life. So I mean, that's what
Yeah.
it comes down to. It
That's
ain't
true.
just that, you know.
That's true. But I say this, are you talking about Crawford or are you just talking about like
You know, I'm talking about
the
Terrence
fight
Crawford at this point right now.
Terrence Crawford? Yeah, well, you know, I just I just see his mentality. I just don't see it, bro. I'm not convinced that even if he, to me, in order to get to that point, I think like when you have the money, you have the clout, the power. EJ has a name. Tank, Devin, they all have names. Terrence Crawford has a name, but I don't think that out of those three or four, I feel that I would have to go with. I think that Terrence Crawford would be the least, the last person that would, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. You know what I'm saying? I think that he would be like, nah, I'm gonna stay and sign my contracts and keep it moving. Y'all do what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that EJ will be more willing. I think Devin, if he got I think that Devin would, because his father probably would, if they see the bigger picture, I'm pretty sure they do. But, you know, you gotta get enough people, man, because they got that money now, they got the clout, they got the name. So now you guys got to get other people under you to come in and sign in with you. You know what I'm saying? To do it. You know what I'm saying? You get enough fingerprints, you get that one spot. That person could really, like I said, I think it would start off. It had to be somebody like EJ to do it. I think I think if he was I think he'd be that type of person that if he went to certain people, even AB, he probably would go to AB too, because AB still got a name. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, the dude still draw numbers. You know what I mean? So, with his power, his clout, you know what I'm saying? They can just unite and get together. Because I think I already know AB is a rebel. So he'll do it. You know what I'm saying? He wants, but that's just my opinion, man. You know? But I love you guys, man. I always watch your show. Sometimes
Thank you, dog.
you know what I'm saying? I'm always up. I'm up now because I can't get up and go to sleep right now. I'm trying to wait for this. Like, this is my 5th day with this COVID, so I'm trying to
Man,
wane it
feel
off.
better. Feel
Yeah,
better. Feel
yeah,
better.
definitely. You guys stay up. Much blessings to you guys.
Thank you, dog.
Much love, man.
Peace.
Thank you. So I was looking at the Thomas and Mack Center. Thomas and Mack Center said venue rent $15,000 minimum or 11.5 of the gross ticket sales, whichever is greater per day.
15,000?
Yeah. Thomas and because they don't rent. It's a college arena, so it's cheap. It's cheaper. So it's 15,000 to rent the Thomas and Mack. I don't know who gets the parking, but so I don't know if you charge for parking. There's another upsell, parking, merchandise, and if you put it on for yourself, you got to do a meet and greet. You buy a ticket to the fight, you get the meet and greet with, you got to do that. You got to do all of that when you're doing it for yourself. So the venue is $15,000. The undercard, you give the undercard $1 million. First of all, how many pay-per-views like mid-level before you fall asleep, Kyle? Mid-level.
I got something in my eye today. Damn. Hey, today I'm up, nigga. I got something in my fucking eye. It's killing me.
How many pay-per-views you guys think Devin and Gary Russell would do?
Easy 200. Easy 200. Easy 200.
How many pay-per-views and how much should it cost? So put $200K and $60, $200K and $50. How much should it cost for Gary Russell versus Devin?
You got it. You got it down. 60,
150. So we got two says 150, 200 to 250, 150. I think $70 is a good number. $60 is a good number. 60, 250 at least. 200. All right, let's go. $60 and 200. Y'all like that? You think 130 to 160? Interesting. $70. So let's go $65. Since we in a $70 ring, let's go $65. $65. Here's the midpoint. Here's the median, right? Remember that in math? Here's the median. $65. $65 times 175,000 buys. $11.4 million. Man, come on, man. If you don't think Devin and Gary can do that, you're smoking crack.
Yeah. That's on the low end.
That's the median, right? That's the safe number. 11.375. Man, come on, man. Man, that shit will sell. You do a 2-city press tour. You do one in LA and you do one in Baltimore. You do one in the DMV area and you do one in LA. And obviously you do one in Vegas closer to the fight. So you get people to buy the tickets. But man, come on, man. Like,
so you gotta do a Don King, Fred.
What's that?
Every city, every state.
Can't afford it.
Huh?
Can't afford it.
Who can't afford it?
That's expensive.
Upon the jury, nigga.
Production costs.
StreamYard that bitch.
StreamYard what?
The press conference. Shit.
Yeah, but you still got production costs. You got to fly people in. You got hotels. You got to do all that. So that's probably $50,000 a night. You know what I mean? 25, 50,000. You know? So Yeah, so it's I didn't do ticket sales, Miss B. I said, see, I hate when y'all always in here trying to just prove me wrong instead of just listening. I said pay-per-view. We ain't got to the tickets yet. Pay-per-view. It's 11.35 is the median. 11. So yeah. 11.75, whatever it is. Yeah. So we're at 11.5. The ticket sales. Do you think it'll sell out in the DMV area, or you think it'll sell out in Vegas? Most likely.
I mean, if he fighting Devin Haney, it could sell out either one.
I would be more.
I would trust Vegas more, though.
You would trust Vegas more, right? So Vegas more. So Vegas takes 11% off the sales, right? So let's say.
You said Vegas takes 11%?
Well, the Thomas and Mack, whichever one is greater. 150 times. Let's say 150 times 15,000 people equals 2.25 million. 10% of 2.25 million is 250,000 plus another quarter, 275. So let's say 300,000. You make 1.7 off of ticket sales. 1.7 off of ticket sales. You gross 15 million. You gross 13. You gross $13 million off of this fight. That's your gross. That's a win. That's a win. Man. Oh man. Man. I see the money. What? I mean, I'm the only person willing to take this risk. Caleb Plant made $10 million. There's no way in hell I would go back to there's no way I would go back to Al Haymon. I don't need to. Why would I go back to Al Haymon? You gave me $10 million. I'm not going back.
That's why he going back.
If I'm Spence, I'm Wilder. Man, listen. Spence Crawford. $89. That's a $90 pay-per-view, right? $90 pay-per-view.
Oh, we ain't gonna tell how much money that fight can make.
No, but now let's just do the pay-per-views. $90, because it's gonna be an $89.99 pay-per-view, right? So $90 times 400,000 buys, right? You think 400,000 buys? $36 million. Man, I'm fucking done. Y'all, man. 36 million. They got $36 million in the bag off that fight. And they sitting over here playing Twitter wars.
Look at the bag, man.
Oh, they can.
How much does how much does Al Haymon take?
It don't matter.
No, I'm just asking you, what's his percentage?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly how much he. I read it, but I forgot. But Jerry Jones will put up the fight.
Because Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford both have enough fighters to put on the undercard.
Listen, you saying it because it's not my money. What are you talking about? It's not my money. I'm just saying it's not my money. It's easy to put on a fight. What are you talking about? You invest all the time. You put $70 in your gas tank to go work for somebody else. How about you put the money in your gas tank and work for yourself? Y'all motherfuckers got like employee complex. I mean employee complex. Yeah. Minimum, this fight brings in $36 million off jump. We're just simply doing what the promoters do. How much you think this fighter make? How many buys think we'll do? 200,000? Okay. This is what it is. So I mean it's simple. It's simple math. It ain't no rocket science to do this. You just gotta have the courage to step out of the system, step out of your comfort zone, and it didn't work. You know what I mean? So no one supports women's sports. So when you use Carissa Shield as that example, they don't support the WNBA, they don't support soccer, they don't support softball, they don't support beach volleyball. In America, we don't support women's sports.
Soccer a little bit.
Yeah, soccer a little bit. So yeah, man. 400,000 buys times $90 is $36 million.
Man, we gotta get Jesse Hart on. Jesse Hart, we gotta get him on here, man.
Why? What's up?
Because he independent now, so he basically saying like, nigga, I don't want no fight deal, like no fight deal or nothing. I want just the fight. You know what I'm saying? We can put it on together. You know what I mean? He's saying like he's super independent right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said because he been through the ringer.
Yeah, they're gonna get you. He had 2 chances to beat Zordo though. You know,
you just couldn't beat that nigga, man.
Just couldn't beat him. We're talking about Spence and
There's at 175 too, huh?
Yeah.
You know, he went down to 168.
Oh, he back down there?
Yeah, he should never even went up to 75 in the first place.
Man, look at these guys. It ain't easy, bruh. It takes work. Man, y'all better go. Man,
well, nigga, get the fucking work, nigga. Al Haymon and Bob Arum ain't sitting on their ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They getting the fuck to work.
Y'all are weird to me, man. Like,
the fuck is they talking about?
You mean to tell me all I got to do is create a team and I get gross $36 million?
Man, these niggas out of their mind. It's hard. It's hard, nigga. You want some soft shit in your hand.
It's a pie in the sky. It's a pie in the sky. $36 million. All you have to do is create infrastructure. What do you mean you can't do it? I don't. How many buys you think he'll do though? How many buys do you think Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford to do? Like real numbers.
On its own?
Yeah.
Come on, man. 500,000 easy.
500,000?
Easy.
500,000, and it's $100 pay-per-view for sure.
Fred, think about it.
If they do it independently, it's $100 pay-per-view.
Fred,
like
think about it, bro. Earl gonna give you 35. You know what I mean? 3,500.
350,000. You mean?
You know what I'm saying? You know, you get what I'm saying, right? Terrence Crawford gonna give you 190.
That's 540.
That's what I'm saying, Fred. That's what I'm saying.
But ESPN is gonna pick this fight up like they did Triple G and Canelo, though. And it's gonna be a frenzy. It's gonna be a frenzy on YouTube. You're gonna have YouTube channels fighting. You're gonna have, oh yeah. I mean, it's a big fight. I'm just saying how many people are gonna buy it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying 500. Because listen, that's a fight me and you'll buy.
So 500,000 is the median.
Easy, because the thing about it was the same people that did not buy the Tank fight are gonna buy this fight. The same people that did not buy the Jake Paul fight are gonna buy this fight.
You think TC do 750 easy? All right, we're gonna say low end. Low end.
So what?
It's gonna be $100. It's just gonna be $100. It's no way around that number. $100 times 500,000. I know it's 50 million, but I'm just gonna put on my $100 times 500,000.
Jason Williams, why can't we?
50
That's
million.
the concept.
$50 million.
It's been proven that,
Go ahead.
Hold on. He said we can't use Earl Spence's last pay-per-view and Terrence Crawford's last pay-per-view. In the words of the great philosopher Frederick S. Hawthorne, that is proof of concept.
Yeah, it's proof of concept. So you got $50 million in the sky. You got $50 million in the sky. Oh my.
Okay, this is what I don't get, right? How is this fight not gonna do 500,000?
That means you could put Devin Haney on the undercard. You can give him $2 million. That means you can put Gary Russell on the undercard and say, hey, listen, we're gonna create our own system. We're gonna put you on the undercard, we're gonna put Devin on the undercard, we gonna fight, and y'all gonna promote y'all fight next. Oh my God. See, I've done this in real life with my business partners. Real life. We've done it. We've paid cash for properties. We do this. I do this in real life. This ain't like Fred is just out the pie in the sky. Hey, you got 200,000? I got 200,000. You got 300,000? Okay, we got 700,000. We can go buy this building real quick. Okay, let's go buy it.
Now I got another question for you, Fred.
Yeah.
Couldn't they go to Showtime
and do what?
And say, hey, we want you to put the fight on.
Fuck Showtime.
No. This is what I'm saying though.
Yeah, you could. Go ahead.
Because what I'm saying is, you'll still get all the money because don't Showtime pay for slots sometimes? Don't they pay for you to come on sometimes?
They got their own network.
That's what I'm saying is, huh?
Showtime wouldn't dare. Partner with them. They want a piece of that pie. So you don't need Showtime.
Right.
You can go direct to the app now. So you can go to the Crawford Spence app. And you can do subscriptions for 24 access, 24 whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you get that for $4.99. You can be first to view it, and 48 hours it goes to YouTube. So you may get 20,000 people to pay for that for $4.99. You know, 10,000 people, whatever. I don't know what the numbers are. I haven't done it, but it's I know it works. And the rematch is going to do 20% more minimum because it's going to be such a good fight. And it's coming back and the rematch is coming back in 120 days. Guaranteed. So that means you got boxing in a frenzy for 8 months talking about Spence Crawford, Crawford Spence, Spence Crawford, Crawford Spence. That's it. Let me explain something to you guys. TGB has about 9 employees. Tom Brown Promotions, they ain't got 80 employees like y'all think in y'all head. No, they don't. You know who else thought this? Don King when he went to Africa, when he got the $10 million from Africa. Same thing. Y'all got to get out of your way. You got to get out of your hourly wage mindset.
Hey, Fred.
Take risks. Yes.
If I'm Gary Russell and Devin Haney, I'm going to Dubai.
Why?
Because they're going to give you the bag.
No, you're not doing it for the bag. You're doing it for freedom.
No, nigga, you're going to be free anyway.
No. You're missing my point. No. No, you're doing it for freedom. You're not doing it for the bag. You're doing it for freedom. You're doing it for power. You're doing it for control. If you want the bag, go to Showtime. They got him falling asleep. I started having my eye hurt. So you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want, nah, they ain't that fuck to buy.
You know what's crazy though? Every time I doze off, I always do this. Like, just think that's gonna wake me up with some shit.
Yeah. But it's a win. I know how to get there. Don King did it with Muhammad Ali. Hey, come do this nonprofit. Come do this thing for this hospital. And as he's doing it, and as he's doing the thing, he said, man, you know I can get you a fight. Don King did the numbers in his head. Simple. He was a numbers guy anyway. He ran the whole numbers in Cleveland. I'll give him an advance of $50,000. I know he needs some money. Okay. I'll give him $50,000, sign your contract. I'll go to my drug dealing friends. I'll go to my drug dealing friends down in Cleveland. Hey, give me some money. I'll give you whatever you want on it. And I come back, I had your money. Now you're gonna go fight this. You're gonna fight in Louisville, you're gonna fight in New York. We're gonna go get this guaranteed bag because I need this bag so I can just keep on flipping. Al Haymon did the same thing with all his acts. You know what I mean? If I can put 10 acts in the stadium, if I can put 10 people in the stadium, 10 major acts in the stadium, get 80,000 people there.
I'll right back. My good daughter called.
And we can call it the Budweiser Superfest. That means Budweiser is the title sponsor. Man, come on. And we're not even talking about sponsorships. We just talk. Imagine telling somebody there's $50 million in the sky. All you got to do is create a plan to get it. You got 500,000 Americans that is willing to spend $100 on your fight. And you know what the gate gonna do? And whatever they don't make in pay-per-view buys, they gonna do it in the gate. The gate is gonna offset if they lose on the pay-per-view buys. The gate is $10 million for that fight. No less than 10 million. Can somebody Google the gate for Mikey Garcia, Earl Spence? I'm not sure if Texas. Yeah, they do. Can someone Google that gate? Because that was 43,000 people. Because if you're betting on yourself, you have to do it in a place where there's a guaranteed result. You can't take a chance and take it to Nebraska. Nebraska, because the population just isn't there. I mean, it's easy. It's easy. And you say, how do you rent out these stadiums? It's real easy. You put up the money and you show you got enough money for the insurance or whatever. I don't know what they want. So if you put up the 10,000, you probably got to have $100,000 liquid in the bank. You get what I'm saying? It made 5 million. So Mikey Garcia and Earl Spence made 5 million. So let's just say they do 7.5 million. They do 7.5 at the gate. They do 7.5 at the gate. So they got $57 million. $57 million gross. Just waiting for Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's just for the first fight. Because it's gonna be a great fight. I think that fight is impossible for it to be great. And then you got all of media. Now you just involve LeBron James. Now you just involve all these major people with followers. And you know how you get them? You go live with LeBron James. Terrence Crawford goes live with Warren Buffett to get that market shares. Then Earl Spence go live with Dak Prescott. You go to a Cowboys game with Jerry Jones. You sit in his suite. Oh, man, that's all free advertising. You come into the barbershop. You come into Blue Blood. You go to wherever else you need to go on the YouTube. Because these are your day one fans in here. And then you go do a skit with that guy that played for the Mavericks. I forget his name. Novacek, what's his name? Whatever his name is. You go do a skit with him. You go play golf with Dirk Nowitzki. He's retired. I've already done this. That's what y'all missing. Fred has already done this in property. I've already done this risk. I've already emptied out my bank account and had nothing in it. I've already done it. I've already bet on myself. So I'm not telling you something I haven't done. It's just not in boxing. So I pay for my movies. I put up the 20,000 for 9 Wives. Do you understand? I put up the $20,000 for 9 Wives. And I shot it myself. Same difference. I had 20 people in there. Y'all saw the videos, had 20 people in there doing working their genius. Same thing, on a smaller level. Same thing. I'm the promoter. That the fighters were the lead actors and the lead actresses, so on and so forth. You know, that's it.
It's a guy out in Philly called RDR Promotions.
Mm-hmm.
He do like 2-3 cars a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got a built-in audience, so he probably get 500 people at a show. You know what I mean? 1,000 people at a show. You know, and it's the same thing you do when you're planning your kid's birthday party. How many gift bags do we need? We got 30 bags. Okay, how much did that cost? Okay. So whatever that costs, you offset it with the food costs, right? Well, we can't do the taco, man, because we're gonna have 100 people here. 100 people, $7 a person at the taco. Nah, we can't spend $7,000 on tacos. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna offset the cost and go to Costco and get pizzas. Same thing, just on a smaller level. You just gotta have self-belief. Self-belief. That's it. And all you do is come to a guy like me. Hey, Fred. Not me per se, but like a businessman. Say Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford don't have the $5 million seed money, right? They say, hey, Fred, hey, Kyle, we got this fight. We need $5 million seed money to get this ball rolling. And what do I get? I get 5%, 10%, whatever. It's a hard money loan, so I want 10%. Okay, we'll give you 500,000. Okay, so the day after the fight, you got to give me $555.5 million. Deal. I give them the seed money. They go off. They do what they need to do, and that's it. So it can happen. You don't need none of these men in suits. None of them. I don't know why y'all believe it. I don't know why y'all believe. Now I can see if you're like I don't know, like these guys who can't sell tickets, then you need a guaranteed purse, right? But if you're Devin Haney or Gary Russell fighting, you got, man. We just proved that there's $57 million in the sky. All they got to do is create the infrastructure to go get it. Nothing can go wrong besides an injury or a cut in training. Nothing can go wrong. Y'all are some fearful son of a bitches. Nothing can go wrong. It is a fight. Nothing can go wrong. It is a fight. It's going to happen.
Fred, you know what I'm surprised about?
What's that? It hasn't been done before, but go ahead.
That, and I'm surprised that boxers aren't doing what Jake Paul's doing.
Because they know, but they scared. They scared. They go buy chains. They go buy Bentleys.
Nigga, if I'm a famous boxer, I'm fighting all celebrities. That's it.
If you're what?
If I'm a famous boxer, I'm fighting all celebrities. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. And really, the only reason why Jake Paul is using Showtime, because he's not at the next step yet. The next step is his own network. Logan Paul and Jake Paul can do their own network. I don't follow them on social media, but it seems like they go viral every time they post something.
Bro, he just listen. My homeboy just sent me a TikTok that he did, bro. That shit was hella funny.
Oh, really?
Funny as hell. So Tyson Fury was telling Jake Paul to hide his girl and shit, put her in a leash because he coming to town and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jake Paul's like, babe, you got to get in this bag. Tyson Fury is coming to town. Man, that shit was hella funny. And then like he dropped her and shit in the bag. Yeah, nice little video.
Yeah, that's clever. Anyways, it's there. It's there. So
you gotta give me your thoughts on that belt though.
Oh, I saw the belt, but from afar. The fact that he's wearing the belt, the fact that he's promoting the belt. You understand what I'm saying?
Look it up real quick, Fred.
The belt?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, man, it's not happening, but it's just I said no, I'm talking about MVP belt, Jake Paul. He had a roller. Yeah.
Huh?
I'm looking at it right now. So you can see it. Diamonds, Rolex, watches. I see the two watches right here. But the fact that he's smart enough to create his own belt, though. The fact that he's smart enough to replicate boxing and own every piece of it is genius. You know.
Let's keep it solid. If he said that belt's up for grabs,
exactly.
plus a couple million to go with it, why wouldn't you want to win that belt?
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to win that belt? Anyways, man, one of y'all fighters better hire me, man, as a consultant, and we can leave anytime we want. There ain't no more day by day basis. Man, this shit crazy, man. There's so much money out there to be made. See, if you're a guy like Sean Porter, you need the networks, right? Because you don't really have like a fan base. You don't really have like that. But if you're Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis, Canelo, I think those four, you know. I think Devin Haney has to fight somebody. Man. Or put Tank on the undercard. He only got $1 million guaranteed on his last fight. That means the most he could have made is what, 2 million, 2.5? Because it didn't sell. And you put Carissa Shields on there. You could pay her $300,000, $400,000 to fight. $300,000.
I wonder what his pay-per-view buys was, Fred.
Who? Somebody said 300,000. It'll do 300. Let's go 300,000.
Shit.
300,000 times $80. Damn.
Jake Paul did add 300,000?
No, I'm talking about Earl Spence.
Oh.
Times $80. That's 24 million. That's a big drop off. So below, when they walk away with 10 million. So that's fine. It's the biggest fight, but you'll get 20% more in the next fight. And yeah, but the reason why Jake Paul paid her $1 million, because he knows numbers.
Hey, confirm that, Fred. They said Jake Paul did 500,000. You gotta confirm that.
I don't know about that. No, he ain't doing 500,000.
Huh?
I don't believe that. But the reason why he can pay her $1 million is why?
He got the YouTube money.
No. He did what I'm doing.
Or independent?
Independent, yeah, but he knows the numbers. I can pay her $1 million because I know what I'm bringing in. So,
Man, I wish Clarissa Shields didn't get into it with that nigga.
Say it again, please.
I wish Clarissa Shields didn't get into it with the nigga.
Why? She can, I mean, I told her what to do. I told her to create that riff with Raquel Miller. Y'all pretend y'all got beef, or if y'all got real beef, bring it to life. You could have been a co-main event or do your own work, and got your $500,000. But I don't know. Man, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Well, I mean, honestly, now the fan base is gonna be waiting for a response from Bill and Devin, because the disrespect is just, I mean, it's just too much now. It's too much. And I think that boxing worlds I'm not rooting for it to shrink, but I seen what happened to Gary Russell when you just too good. Gary Russell was too good. Gary Russell would have wiped out PBC. Shakur Stevenson would have wiped out Top Rank. They ain't gonna let that happen. Can't do it. By the way, we still got 500 people in here. By the way, what do you think of Erickson Lubin versus Fortuna?
I like it.
You like it?
That Fortuna dude ain't finna. He can't beat Erickson Lubin, bro.
Nah, he can't, man. I think Lubin too skilled, man. The only my concern is the guy coming down on Lubin. How you block that punch? Like, what I mean?
But he fight too small.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He fights way too small, and I think it's a great fight for Lubin.
And that shit he was getting hit with the other night, he can't get hit like that against Erickson Lubin, bro.
Yeah, and Lubin naturally goes away because he's left-handed too. So he'll be able to. Lubin likes to wrap that left around,
My thing is, man, Erickson Lubin he taking every hard fight he can take, huh?
He is. I want to see if they sign. I want to see what's happening with Charlo. That fight ain't been announced yet.
They say February, but we ain't going.
February 22nd, 26th, somewhere in there. So we'll see.
I'm going to Charlie Wilson the weekend before that.
You going where?
Charlie Wilson.
Oh, he's coming up to Oakland?
He come every Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah, he comes here too. So he'll be here around that time too.
Mm-hmm.
I know his team, so that'll be cool.
Well, nigga, you have to help me out, nigga.
What, free tickets? I'm not asking no man for $100.
No. Oh, nigga, fuck the tickets, nigga. I want to meet the nigga. I just gotta tell the nigga, I like to tell niggas what they've done for me in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me do that now.
Cause like me and my girl, we one of our songs is one of his songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he grew up over here, so but I don't know. Let me find out.
That nigga still making great music, Fred.
It's in my other phone then.
You know that Charlie Wilson, he just him and 50 Cent made that song for BMF.
Oh, really?
That's Charlie Wilson.
I gotta charge it. Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, Charlie Wilson, that dude, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who we need to get on the show. Shit.
Charlie Wilson. I don't know him like that. I just know his team.
Well, nigga, use his team to get him on the show, man.
At some point, I guess.
You the king of reaching out, man. You never reached out to everybody.
I just don't have the time. Like, man, people get off. Man, PPD got to get off that damn.
Hey, friend. Who told her she could better her life like this, man?
But that's the beauty of the barbershop, because it started with the guest. Everson Walls, PR manager, hooked her up with the gig. So then she's just been grinding ever since. Now she's SAG and after and all that. So she's doing exceptional well. Congratulations to PPD. So, and I got the kids, man, and oh man, I'll be wanting to make these calls, but at 6 o'clock it's 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So, and I don't know where they're at.
Dog.
But I don't know
That
where
was
they're
the same shit I was dealing with the cereal shit today, man.
Yeah, you gotta do it at 12. Yeah, but what do I know, man? Let's get so you can go to sleep, start your show early, man, so you can go to bed, man.
Hey, man, I just ate some pretzels, man. Drunk some juice, man. I'm kind of. I'm not. I'm trying to be all right, man. You know, like a little kid fighting their sleep.
Yeah, you. Oh man, but at the end of the day, man, I just think, and I know you may take a stronger approach than me, but I'm just tired of blaming the WBC and all that. Like, I'm just tired.
Hey, listen, look, you see what I did tonight? Fuck that belt, man.
Yeah, you should burn it. Nah, I'm joking.
I'm about to auction. I'm gonna auction it off though, because I want to auction it off so I can help either help pay for some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to help the young man when he go to the training center, man. He got to get some shoes and some like the headgear shit. I think that's all they need. So, shit.
You got to send me their names and stuff so I can do my research on them.
I'm gonna see everything tomorrow so I can so when they come on, everybody can just see. He a bad motherfucker, Fred. You know, he trained with what's the cut man for
Stitch?
He worked with Virgil Hunter. I think his last name was House.
Oh yeah. Don.
Don House. Yeah.
He worked with Wilder too.
Yeah.
And get you out of here, man. You falling asleep, man. Let's go.
Nah, nigga, I'm telling you, bro. I got like eyelash in my eyes, some shit, man.
Man, cut it out, man. Come on, let's go.
I mean, if you want to go get off early, man, just say that, man.
Okay, I want to get off early. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now.
Trying to play me, shit.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but I mean, you're yarning. I like that Lubin Fedora fight. I think that's a blowout fight.
Hey, the only thing is,
that's a blowout fight.
Depending on what card it's on. You feel me?
It's gonna be on another WBC card. So
the thing is, the Erickson Lubin Fedora, I want to be at that fight, but I think it's gonna be that Charlo card. I just can't bring myself to do it.
So don't go. Yeah, it's I like that fight. I think that's a showcase fight for Lubin. You already know my opinion on like levels to boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
UK, Latino, Black. It's just 9 out of 10 times that's the way it's gonna be. The same way I said Stevie Fulton and Devin Haney was gonna put on the show. They were gonna win the fights because A-level Black versus A-level Latino, the Black guy wins 90% of the time. You know, so
yeah.
You know, Canelo and Chavez, De La Hoya never beat him. So
what top Black fighter did De La Hoya beat?
No, he never beat him. That's what I'm saying.
Julio Cesar Chavez no good and goddamn well he didn't have a draw with Pernell Whitaker.
Or didn't beat Meldrick, so Richard
Taylor shouldn't have. He ran out there fighting the nigga for no reason when he could have just made it out. But they kind of fucked him though.
So, all right, man, let's go.
All right. Keep your foot in these niggas' neck, Fred. You know what I mean? And then, you know, Fred always want to rush niggas off his shit. You know what I mean? In the middle of their goddamn thoughts.
Okay, you want to keep talking? Yeah.
It's too late, Fred. It's too goddamn late now.
I'm glad.
You know what I'm saying? Cause I know you're ready already. I see your finger already on the trigger. Oh man, dog.
This was a
the
fast.
words of the great philosopher DB.
I ain't talked this
Fred
much.
drop.
Yes.
Play that song, Fred.
Hey, this is the first time I've talked more than you on the show. I think.
Man, no, that's 2 days in a row.
I didn't. You talked more than me yesterday. I didn't
Nah,
talk.
hell no, hell no.
What
Y'all got to talk about
we talked
LA
about
and shit.
What did we talk about yesterday?
You and your homie was on like yesterday.
He talked more than me for sure. K Savoy, Big Chop, Eric, Mamba, J.A., Lania. We got the bots in here. Pedro, vote for Pedro. Royce, Mamba mentality. Juan too nice. Respect my tech. What it do? Mike. Michael. We had Stephen Curry in here, man. Can you believe that? We had Steph Curry in the building. We had Miami Kid. Oh man, we got superstars in here, man. We got Big Homie Coop. We got superstars. Roberts.
Victor Valdez. Who got the belt?
Eric Salazar. Respect my tech, y'all. Devil is a lie. Hey. Club 57, I appreciate you supporting the channel. Mr. Henderson, I appreciate you supporting the channel. Everybody else, thank you. These nuts.
Peoples Hernandez.
He in the building? I ain't seen him yet. Oh, there he is. People Hernandez, man. What up? I don't know, man. But I just have an independent mindset. You know what I mean? I like it that way.
Yes, Kazi, hold on.
For the children. Pair of dice found. What? 7-Eleven. You on your Beyonce? 7-Eleven. Rob G.
Like I'm aces, learning, develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving and changing up like the season, indigenous to the grind. So I do it for all my people.
All right, Big Fred.
Appreciate you, man.
My dog.
Yeah, holla. Give back, give love. I appreciate y'all coming in here tonight, man. Thank you. I stand on that. Man. Wow. Hey. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Thank you. I'll at y'all tomorrow, man. I totally appreciate y'all. We got Kyle's guests coming in tomorrow. Kyle, make sure you send me that stuff so I know who they are. Appreciate you, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. I totally appreciate it.